Welcome to the first episode of 1K to 1M in NHL 19. If you're unfamiliar with the series, it's all about making coins. That's how you go from 1K to 1M. We play the auction house. We flip cards. I show you guys how to do that. I try to teach you as much as I can. And you get to see firsthand every single card that I buy, some cards that I miss, and how much I sell those cards for. This is my third year doing this series. This is NHL 17, 1 million coins achieved there. NHL 18, here's a video where I had 1.5 million, but by the end of the year, I think I was swimming in over 7 million coins. Anyway, that's the past, and this is the present and the future. We have to get things started. I started with 1,400 coins, but it's whatever. Close enough, right? I was itching to get started, so I just jumped right into it during EA Access when there weren't that many people playing the game, and that meant there weren't that many cards on the auction house. There weren't that many people trying to buy cards or sell cards. That meant that competition was pretty low. So I get a feel for how much these cards cost. At first, I went to gold common cards with the buy now 1,400. There were plenty of them, and when I did gold rare cards, it's a different story because most of these gold rare cards were going for about 2K. So when I set the buy now to 1,400, I was able to just sit there and spam the A button or X on the PlayStation until a card like Dustin Brown popped up. I know Justin Williams popped up before, but that was just an experiment. Wasn't sure if it was actually going to work. I also mentioned that these cards are going for 2K. That's why I just sold it for 1,400. Don't know what I was thinking. I think it was just along the lines of I want coins right now. So we see that the cheapest gold rare card that we could find was for 1,500. Here I'm bouncing around just looking at all gold rare cards. Under the amount of coins that I have that aren't buy now, I find a card that's almost expiring and going for about the same price that I paid for that Dustin Brown. So I go to my bids, see if I won the card. It was unsuccessful, so we're just gonna place another bid. 1,550, that's okay, not only because of the fact that the cheapest like gold rare cards are 2K, but also because he's an 82 overall, so he's going for a little bit more than that. We end up winning him for 1,550, so we're gonna sell him for 2,350. Every year I go over a lot of the same tips. This is one of them. I like to end my starting price at 49, so that the last two digits of the buy now price is at 99, and that's a marketing trick where it tricks the person into believing that something is a lot cheaper than it is. We roam around this barren wasteland of a market, and we see this Cam Atkinson, a great starter card for a lot of people. We know he's going to go for quite a bit. There's only one out there right now for 7,500. Well, I probably can't sell him for that much. I am going to try selling him for about 3K, and someone ends up buying him. So the previous times that I've done this series, the first year I stopped at exactly 1 million and then I gave it all away. The second year, I only posted videos whenever I had some kind of new tips to share with you guys. So around January, I pretty much had nothing else to share. I stopped uploading this series. I think that this year it's going to be different. I'm going to keep uploading regardless of whether or not I have something new, just so that you guys can see my progress, how my coins just build up, and see how things are going at that point of the year. This year also has a lot of different ways of earning coins, and so it's kind of hard for me to tell you that I have 1 million coins and it was all made from flipping cards when maybe they're gonna come from competitive seasons, challenges, just winning a lot of games. So what I'm gonna focus on in this series is just absolute profit. How much I make just from flipping these cards. One of the most popular methods of flipping cards is the 59-minute method, or just doing something similar at different time intervals. Basically, you set up certain parameters such as gold rare players like I do here. You set it so that the maximum buy now price is the amount of coins that you have or a little bit over that, and then you flip through the cards until on the bottom right it says you get to around the 1 hour mark. This is the point where most people list their cards up, which means you're one of the first people to see it. You and everyone else trying to flip cards. So then it becomes a race to who can buy that card the fastest, but first you also have to know the price of a card. Here's one of my biggest steals early on, a Joe Pavelski for 3K. An 83 overall should not be going for that price. I'm going to sell him for 7K, but I know that he's worth more than that. I just feel like I need to amass some coins because I only have 1,500 in my pocket right now. Being able to have more coins means you have more opportunities to flip cards and flip a lot more cards at that. So over the next few minutes, I mix and match the methods that I've been using, whether it's the 59-minute mark, the spam method where you're just spamming the A button to just buy the first card that pops up, or bidding on cards that are about to expire and getting into bid wars trying to win them. But back to the 59-minute method, there are a lot of people who use that method because of the absolutely insane snipes that get posted there. There's a lot of people, when they're putting up cards on the auction house, they might miss a zero. So you're like, let's say 200K Crosby, they're going to post it up for 20K. Instead, someone snipes that, that's 180K in profit. Except it's not, because there is a tax that you can see every time that you auction item, like I do right here. It's 5%, which just means for every 2,000 coins, you're giving up 100, or every 20,000 coins, you're giving up 1,000. And that's only for selling. Regardless, a lot of those snipes come up pretty often. So right here, I get this idea, since I have enough coins, to turn my attention to the alumni. And those were the search parameters if you want to see these guys for yourself. Basically, you're not going to find these cards for cheaper than 5K unless it's a steal like this one, because these guys are at least 82 overall and they're required for the legend sets. And keep in mind, it's also at the beginning of the year. If you're watching this at the end of the year, these guys could probably be dirt cheap, like 500 gold each. I don't know. Both 25K, I'm starting to make flips that require more coins, such as this Bob Probert. We buy him for 5K, sell him quickly for about 7K for just under about 1,500 profit. From there, I thought of something similar. Instead of legends, what about goalies? Goalies seem to be a rare commodity this year. Starting with the spam method, I find this Murray and I just freeze up and end up adding him to my watch list instead of buying him. Fantastic, Brian. Now watch as he leaves your screen. Ben Bishop comes up and we're actually able to make this purchase. He's 6K, a little bit more pricey than that Murray, but that's okay because we find out that he goes for about 10K. So I'm going to list him for 9K because the idea here is you want to make your cards as cheap as possible. You want it to be the cheapest card out there so that it will sell the fastest. If it's the second cheapest card out there, then someone's gonna buy the cheapest card first before they buy your card. Now, I'd like to bring your attention to this Devin Dubnyk that I found here. I was like a machine. I found it so fast and I clicked the buy now button so fast it took 3.3 seconds and someone beat me to it. There has to be a bot out there that just sweeps these amazing steals because that was ridiculous. Murray pops up again, and the same result, I'm not able to buy him. But on the same topic, something that you guys should get used to, I did get the Sextile, that was amazing. You gotta get used to the motion to buy a player. As soon as you click on their portrait, you go down on the left stick twice, you hit buy now, and then spam the hell out of that A or X button, hoping that you're gonna be the first one to buy it. These steals were getting really nice though. 2,500 Ben Bishop. We're gonna raise the price of that card to 9,500. And that's something that you guys should do. If your cards sell pretty quickly, don't be afraid to raise the price the next time you get that card. Anderson, we buy him for 5K, sell for 20K, and it seemed like it was the flood of the red-headed gingers. We just bought one, now we're going to get a second one, and we're about to get a third one. This third one was the best for 2K coins. That is absolutely amazing considering that we're selling him for about 12K. That's about a 9 to 10K profit, and we quintuple our money with just one sale. On the topic of Freddie Anderson, since I bought 3 of his cards, I don't want to sell all 3 of those cards at once. You want to wait until one gets sold before you post another up. Otherwise, you're kind of just fighting with yourself on the marketplace. People will take note that you have 3 cards to sell and they will adjust their strategies accordingly. Maybe you have the cheapest Anderson up by 5K And so someone may want to flip your Anderson by selling him for 18K instead of the next cheapest one, which was 20K. They won't do that if you have 3 Andersons out there. If it's the only Anderson out there, they're going to buy your card, and then you can post another one up for 15K and hope that that same person buys it from you again. Going back to the 59-minute method, you can do that method at any interval where people sell cards. So people sell cards at the 1 hour mark, 3 hour mark, the 6 hour mark, 12 hour mark, 24-hour mark, and the 3-day mark. I make it a little bit easier for myself by pushing up on the right stick on every card that I've seen so that you can look at the synergies and see which cards are new while you're flipping between the pages. The new cards will be the ones that don't show the synergies. A lot of these methods, they require you to understand the price of the cards that you're trying to flip. I would recommend just starting with a certain category or a certain number of cards, learn the prices of them, and just try to flip them. As you're flipping cards, you'll notice the prices of more cards, and you can add more cards to your list. Basically, what I did was I was using the spam method to find any goalies under 7K because there were no gold rare goalies under that price. So I knew that any card that I bought, I would have been able to sell it for much higher. I bought a good number of those, and then I was able to go into the other method where I can see every card at the same time and know which goalies were cheaper than they should be. Like this Martin Jones, it was out there for quite some time, but no one noticed it was 5K cheaper than the previous Martin Jones. So I scoop him up, sell him for 14K, and this is our haul after 2 days. The first day I got up to about like 25K coins, and the second day we got up to 90K coins. So I want to show you guys the different areas that you can apply these methods. So I showed you the goalies, I showed you the alumni. What you can do is you can go into collectibles. The bronze, silver, and gold collectibles are very good for flipping. You can do the common gold cards because those cards, a lot of people are using them for sets, so they're going to be more expensive than I guess they're worth. That's a great place to start too because of how cheap those cards are. You can focus on bronze and silver goalies, mostly bronze goalies with the burner synergy because that's a very desirable synergy. And along the same lines, you can go with coaches that have the burner synergy, especially the gold coach, because 3 burner points are very desirable and a lot of people will want that coach. So he's very expensive. Some people also like to flip jerseys. If you know which ones are popular, which ones look really cool, those tend to go for quite a bit. But in the end, it's all up to you as to what you want to do and how you want to do it. So to end the video, we're going to see a summary of all the different cards that I purchased. There is a Martinez in there that wasn't in the video. I don't know where that clip went, but that's not that big of a deal, right? We're just going to pretend we bought him for $1,500, even though I know it was less than that, just so that we didn't really get that much of a profit. That'll show me for losing clips. But yeah, you'll notice that Pavelski was my first great flip. Bought him for 3K, sold him for 7K for 125% profit. The Bishop for 2,500 was my next greatest flip for a 268% profit, or just 6,500 coins. And then the lovely trio of Andersons that really made it all worth it. If you guys have any questions or need any additional help in making coins, playing the market, feel free to let me know in the comments. I would be happy to assist you guys because that's what I love doing. So episode 1, we started with 1,400 coins. The total profit we've gained is about 80K. EA ate 9,000 of our coins, and we saw what the biggest gain was, about 10,000 coins or a 500% gain. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in episode 2 of 1K to 1M.